What's up, guys? So it's been a little while since I've done a video, so I'm gonna try and catch y'all up on everything we've had going on. A couple weeks ago, I went to Etheridge, Tennessee for that points series we're doing. We had 2 races on one day. We're making up one and then finishing and then starting another one. And I did good in both races. I took my points entry down to the 6th round in both races, which is like 14 cars left both times. I went some rounds, I just didn't win no money. But they got the points all jacked up. It ain't right. They didn't give me but like 7 points for the whole weekend. And that last race was double points, and I went 6 rounds or 5 rounds. I won 5 rounds with my point entry. So that should have been 10 right there. And then I won a couple rounds in the first race, which was just one, wasn't double points. But they got it all jacked up, so I'm not even gonna go to the last race, which is at Holiday Beach next weekend. I ain't gonna go. That's the only reason I was gonna go, was to try and see if I can make something happen, which I've missed three of the point races, so it kind of just messed me up for the whole thing. But if you watch the last video, it shows that we took both cars out for the first time, had the 70 out for the first time, had some fuel problems with it. We thought we knew what to do. We had a bypass regulator on it. We were thinking maybe with it bypassing was causing it to surge down track because it wasn't getting the volume it needed. So we bought a pressure regulator, same one we have on the 67, hoping that would fix it, hoping it would help it get more volume, which I think it helped it. But we took it out this past weekend, and I drove it this past weekend for the first time, and the car drives great. But it wasn't surging, but it was falling on its face. So it just run out of fuel. We upped the fuel pressure, and it did better. It ran a 615, fast as it went, and it made but 3 passes. But when we upped the fuel pressure, it got better. It seemed like it didn't fall on its face as early. So we're thinking it ain't got the fuel. This Holley Black pump we got just ain't good, ain't putting up enough. So we got a Bear Grant that come with the car when we bought it that we're gonna put on it, probably either put that one on or buy Magnum fuel. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. But this is the Bear Grant pump that comes with it. I know we gotta get some fittings, probably hook it up and probably do some fabricating underneath the back of the car to make it work. So it's gotta have it bypasses off the pump. So it's gonna bypass off the pump, which is just like the Magnum fuel pump I got on my car. It bypasses off the pump. So that one's the same way. It's gonna bypass off the pump, which we already have a bypass going into the tank. So we just gotta make it work off that pump. But this is a regulator we got. It's a Magnum fuel regulator, just a pressure regulator. It just deadheads the fuel right there and then lets it go to the carburetor where we got it set up. The same way this one, the 67 set up. But we took it, like I said, we took it to the track, and it's still surging, and well, not really surging, it's just falling on its face at the finish line, or about, well, probably 500 foot or so is falling on its face. But that last pass, like I said, we upped the fuel pressure and it got better. So we pretty much think it's fuel. Pretty sure we know it's fuel, that we need a bigger pump. And we're gonna put a bigger pump on it. So I decided to go ahead and run first round with it, because I was hoping maybe it run a 15, maybe just leave it alone. And you never know. I've had nights where I've had people red light on me almost every round. So you never know. The car may actually run consistent, somewhat falling on its face. I was gonna try and drive the finish line, what I was gonna try and do. And so we went up there first round. I actually went red, or went 496 red, and got, I don't know, probably 400 foot, and it just popped. really loud, backfired really loud, and cut off. Car shut off. I thought the motor done blew up or something. Thought we done, I don't know. So I got towed back and took took the distributor cap off. Saw the rotary button. The two screws in it had backed out, and it caused the distributor to turn, and the timing went crazy, and that's why it did what it did. And I actually had a spare rotary button in the trailer, just in case something like that happened, because we've had a rotary button break on the 67 before, and it didn't do that. It just broke, and it was missing down track. But I had a spare one in the trailer, so we put the spare one back on it, or put the spare one on it, and we were able to crank it, put it in the trailer, and come home. Well, I just unloaded out of the trailer, and we got some videos from the past weekend. My dad recorded some, Jessica recorded some. I don't know if you can tell. You can't really tell from the videos that it's falling on its face. If you listen in the last one, you can hear it pop down track, and that was that rotary button and distributor getting turned. But I recorded some of what we did and stuff, so that's what y'all are about to see. It is 4 to 67. It's gonna be a while before we get it back out. I'm not racing none in October. Then I got work a good bit in November. So I don't know. There is a couple races I may try and go to before the season's over with. There's a race. I know Holly Springs has a Thanksgiving race. Jackson, Tennessee has a Thanksgiving race. So probably maybe one of them if it ain't too cold. We would like to go to Gulfport in December, which is the first weekend in December, which is the last King of the Coast race. I don't know if we'll go or not. We may try. That was gonna be my last race of the year, because we gotta pull the motor out of the 67, and we're gonna go through it, just freshen it up, put it back in. Really, hopefully, we don't have to buy pistons or nothing like that. The two main things, actually there's three main things we need to do to it this winter. We're going to freshen the motor up. And these new slicks, I'm gonna make them last. If I go 2 or 3 more times, I'm gonna make them work. They're still working. I just know they're wore. They got a lot of passes on them. They need to be changed. But I'm gonna try and wait till this winter to buy a set. The rotor on this driver's side here is rubbing, which it's been rubbing. The passenger side, we changed the passenger side earlier this year because it was rubbing. It just warped. The one we took off was warped. But we're gonna change that so it ain't rubbing no more. That's an easy fix. And after all that, if I got some more money laying around or saved up, extra cash, I'd like to put a new delay box in it and take this little wizard out. That's what I've been running for the last few years. That little wizard right there, it works good. I'd like to take it out though. Maybe put it in this car. Probably put it in this car. It's got an old delay box in it, which it worked. It ain't had no problems. But I like that little wizard. But I want to put a K&R Pro Cube in it, and I'd like to put a bump up and bump down button on my steering wheel. I probably won't never use that bump up button, but I'd use that bump down button. I've gotten to where I can kind of tell if I'm late or not sometimes. If I'm a 20-something light, if I can hit that bump down button, take 10 out or take 7 out or something, might save me a few times. I know I'm sure it's gonna bite me in the butt a few times too. If I can hit it when I don't need to and go red or something, I'm sure that's gonna happen. But that's about it. Probably won't have another video for a while, because like I said, we ain't gonna be doing much racing for the next month and a half. So maybe well, we're gonna go once or twice. You know, like I said, if the weather's good enough, hopefully go to Holly Springs or Jackson, and maybe go to Gulfport in December, and then pull the motor out. And I'll try and have some videos when we pull the motor out, stuff like that. But hopefully y'all enjoy this video. Just a few passes from the past weekend with the 70. Didn't race, so it's just 3 passes. Car's gonna run, I believe. I mean, it's still around 615, as fast as it's been, and it's still having fuel problems. I mean, it's gonna be a 6.0 car once it's right. I mean, I believe it's gonna be a 6.0 car for sure. Appreciate y'all for watching. See y'all in the next one.